here on the Taylor River in the middle of Colorado in the Rocky Mountains. And we've got a trout magnet and a trout.
The Taylor River is a really cool tailwater that starts below Taylor Park Reservoir. Now the reservoir itself is pretty good fishing, but most of the attention goes to the tailwater and especially what's known as the Hog Trough. Luke and I started our trip down below the dam. Stick with us as we work the puzzle and show you how we go through with Trout Magnets and D2 Jigs to Soar Local Mall.
One of the things to remember is always change things up. If what you're doing is not working, keep changing things up. I had just shifted from a white trout magnet to a chartreuse trout magnet, and this guy ate it immediately. We're gonna let him go. So we just made a switch. We've got a big drop off right here, and when you're fishing these marabou jigs in this faster current, sometimes you need to add weight to let it get down. So I was using a 16th, and we just went to a Peach's D2 jig. And first cast with it, caught another good brown. Popped right out, barbless hooks. A lot of these gold medal waters are usable for the spin fishermen, but you gotta follow the rules. Be respectful, be kind, make friends. You're all out there using the exact same resource.
Force the narrative. A phenomenal stream. I've been a fool, I'm not retied, so we're gonna take it nice and easy. But he's not wanting to do very much. Maybe if I can get him into the slower water. Really let this Trinity rod.
Really, if you could walk back at all and keep him at that angle towards me, angle it that way a little bit. Got him. Good job, buddy. That's not a bad brown trout. Let you handle him just for keep going. What's your hand?
Alright guys, we're here in the Taylor River where it is a barbless, artificial only zone. You cannot use any scented bait. I don't even think you can use trebles. And so right here we've got just a trout magnet right where it should be. And if it'll calm down, it should just pop right on out. Like that. And that's why you guys put the pressure on them. Use that Trinity rod and really absorb these fish, keep good pressure on them. Really not a whole lot they can do.
Beautiful, beautiful fish. Let's get him back in the water.
Right back where he came from.
Good job. We're up here on the Taylor River, fishing what they call the Hog Trough. This place gets a lot of pressure. Somebody hooked into it, snag hooked it, and lost the fight with some really, really light tippet. So I just pulled that little fly out of his tail and the leader is still attached to it. So I'm gonna take that out with me. Make sure you leave things better than you found it.
So I noticed you catch a few fish on a D2 out of this pool, and looks like you switched up to a trout magnet.
Yeah, in the deeper water, I'd like to throw that D2, especially as it starts to drop off deeper. No duh. And then in the shallower water, in those flats, it works perfect to twitch a trout magnet through it. So I'm literally fishing just the trout magnet, no split shot, no float, and it's only about 2 or 3 feet deep up through there. So I'm casting across and basically just twitching it across the current. And these fish are very aggressive. You can fish it too slow, you can fish it too fast, but they seem to be responding pretty well to twitching it in that shallow water.
This one is the 1/16 ounce D2 jig, right in the corner of the mouth, where that cable is the furthest point we can go. And you can see there's a well-worn trail right here.
That is something you can find out here in Colorado, is there are a lot of brown trout that do very, very well in these types of rivers. So we're gonna get this guy back to his home so he can have a good rest of his day.
David. I don't know if you guys can see that. Very nice rainbow. Switch to pink. We haven't had any luck with pink all day long. Or sorry, we haven't had any luck with the rainbows all day long. Caught some fish on this pool on chartreuse, all brown trout. Just wanted to try another color before I left because I knew there were more fish to be caught. Flipped over to this pink. When you know, I saw him dart out and he grabbed it. All right, we're gonna try to do this one-handed, guys. Got him. That is my first cast with pink. When you know it. Looky there, folks. Nice Taylor River rainbow. Probably a good 19-incher. Let's see if she's ready. Right back on home. Where are we at?
Something has my 1/32 D2.
Now, are these eager fish that'll eat anything?
No, we're in the Hog Trough, which is up here on the Taylor River, and these fish see a lot, but most people don't fish with stuff like this.
He's gonna chase that fish because it is a nice rainbow, but if you look up here, we've got 1, 2, 3 anglers and 3 more to our right, so it's like this 24/7 out here. That is a beautiful rainbow. It is.
Same spot, different fish.
Look at that fish.
That's awesome. We just wrapped up on the Taylor, and I will say it was a lot of fun. We had our best success in the catch and release area up here by the dam. There are a lot of fish up here, and they are very, very picky. So we opted to come back here. So we actually spent a morning and an afternoon, and we did much better the second afternoon once we kind of figured a couple other things out. So something to remember, these fish hang out near the bank. Also, stay out of the water if you can help it. A lot of these fish are very, very spooky, and you need every advantage up your sleeve. We're using fluorocarbon leaders. We're using super light marabou jigs and trout magnets. And to tell you the truth, and this is not as a commercial, tell you the truth, we only saw 1 or 2 other fish being caught the entire time we were here. So we were very, very fortunate, very, very blessed to have some good days on the water. And really what I think it comes down to is I don't think these fish have seen our style of fishing. It's not very popular in this area. So we're gonna get out of here, but overall, the Taylor River was a lot of fun, and it is an excellent resource to put your skills to the test. God bless you guys. Sword Local Mall.